What's up everyone, I'm Dan and thanks to PR Hound for the review code for Geppy-X on the Nintendo Switch systems. Geppy-X isn't your typical side-scrolling shooter. While it certainly has all the ingredients of a classic shoot-'em-up, what makes it so memorable is its presentation rather than its gameplay. Originally released exclusively in Japan in 1999, this cult classic has finally made its way to audiences worldwide. From the moment you start the game, it's obvious this isn't trying to be just another arcade shooter. Geppy-X presents itself as a genuine 1970s mecha anime series, complete with cheesy opening themes, dramatic cliffhangers, fake television adverts, next episode previews, ending credits, and anime cutscenes. The story is beautifully over the top, set sometime in the year 1970X. Earth comes under attack from the mysterious cosmic demon empire and its giant mechanical space beasts. Humanity's last hope lies with the transforming super robot Geppy-X created in a secret laboratory. The amount of effort put into preserving the anime presentation is remarkable. Over 8,000 hand-drawn animation frames have been restored from the original Betacom master tapes, with the footage now running at its intended 24 frames per second instead of the original PlayStation's heavily compressed 15 frames per second video. The result is a noticeably cleaner and smoother viewing experience while still retaining that nostalgic retro charm. Even the music and voice work deserve praise. The opening themes sound exactly like something pulled straight from an anime years ago, while the Japanese voice cast fully commits to the melodrama. Every episode feels authentic, making it easy to forget you're actually playing a video game rather than binge watching an obscure anime series. Between all the animated sequences lies the actual gameplay. Geppy-X is a traditional horizontal shooter where you pilot one of three forms of transforming robots. Each form offers its own strengths and weaknesses. One provides a balanced approach, another focuses on speed, while the third sacrifices mobility for raw firepower. Swapping between these forms on the fly adds a welcome layer of strategy, especially during boss encounters where choosing the right form can make all the difference. Combat is straightforward with standard weapons, sub-weapons and a powerful X-Power super attack capable of clearing large portions of the screen. New quality of life additions such as rapid fire are greatly appreciated, saving players from constantly button mashing. The inclusion of rewind, save states and unlockable bonus modes also make this version much more accessible than the original PlayStation release. However, Geppy-X's gameplay is also where its biggest weakness begin to show. The controls don't always feel as responsive as you'd like. Movement can occasionally feel clunky, while switching directions or changing forms isn't always as smooth as it should be during hectic moments. It's never completely broken, but compared to many other shooters from the era, it lacks the tight precision fans of the genre have grown to expect. The levels themselves are also surprisingly short. In fact, there's so much anime content between the stages that it often feels like you're watching an animated series with gameplay sprinkled throughout rather than the other way around. For some players, that's exactly what makes Geppy-X so unique. Others may find themselves wishing there was simply more game to play. Difficulty is fairly forgiving thanks to the armor system, allowing your mech to absorb multiple hits instead of relying on the traditional one-hit death mechanic found in many shoot-'em-ups. Experienced players may want to increase the difficulty from the outset, as bosses generally feature fairly simple attack patterns that rarely push your skills to the limit. Visually, the gameplay sections don't quite match the quality of the restored anime sequences. Enemy sprites and backgrounds are fairly basic and lack detail. That said, enemies are varied, boss designs are wonderfully bizarre, and the optional CRT filters do an excellent job of recreating the feel of playing on an old television. Ultimately, Geppy-X isn't a hidden masterpiece of the shooter genre. Instead, it's an extraordinary celebration of classic Japanese mecha anime wrapped around a competent, if somewhat average, side-scrolling shooter. The gameplay alone probably won't keep modern players hooked, but the incredible presentation, charming episodic structure, restored animation, fantastic soundtrack, and authentic voice acting create an experience unlike almost anything else available today. If you're a fan of retro anime, giant robots, or simply love discovering unusual games from gaming's past, Geppy-X is absolutely worth checking out, even if the gameplay itself doesn't quite reach the same heights as its unforgettable presentation. Geppy-X is out now on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $33.50 in the UK and $39.99 in the US. Big thanks once again to PR Hound for the review code. Thanks to you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the review, and until next time.
Fire, な敵だわ。シャイニングバードクラッシュ。
おのれゲッピー X、 この借りは来週必ず返してやるからな。
僕らのゲッピー X の活躍で深海悪魔作戦は破られた。これで日本の海も安全だ。だからティッシュペーパーも使い放題だ。ゴーゴーゲッピー X、 明日も戦えゲッピー X。